one in. If you're tuning in right now, this is just the end of the JV girls basketball game. If you're tuning in live on Channel 22, we will send you over as soon as this one is done for the pregame festivities before Beverly High girls takes on Marblehead. But our pregame festivities tonight, senior night and presentation of Hailey Anderson as she has gotten to the 1,000-point mark in her career. So as soon as this game is done, we will take you over to that. Hello, everyone. Welcome here live on the campus of Beverly High School as we get you out here ready for varsity basketball. Girls take on Marblehead, and as you see the banner sitting right there in front of us, it's a special night tonight, as not only is it senior night, but congratulating Hailey Anderson on quite the accomplishment, hitting 1,000 points for her career.
She is only the second member in program history to achieve that accomplishment. Beverly High School is very proud of you. Congratulations. At this time, Coach Sanchez would like to present you with the ball. At this time, I'd like to welcome Hailey's family onto the court. Congratulations again, Hailey. Great job.
So everyone, if you're just tuning in, if you didn't see that tonight, presentation, a nice ceremony there for Hailey Anderson as she has reached a milestone here, 1,000 points in a career, just the second girls basketball player ever here at Beverly High to do it. Just tuning in, Dominic Lorenzano alongside Mike Anderson as always. Mike, I know you're real excited to see this moment tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. You know, Friday night she did it. She needed the 22 points on Friday night in Peabody, and you didn't think she was going to get it. I mean, when Peabody shut her down last game, you know, maybe 8-10 points, but she came out on fire in the first quarter. You know, like she always does, but then that second quarter she slowed down. She had 12 points at halftime, and I was actually sitting with her father, my brother, and he goes, "Do you think, you know, do you think tonight?" I'm like, "I think she's gonna bash it." I could just tell her that she was hitting everything from the outside, and then that third and fourth quarter, she was just couldn't miss. And then, unfortunately, you know, she hit that big three with like 12 seconds left. And the girl from Peabody Betancourt came flying down right at the top of the key, trained another three with 5 seconds left. Coach Stansel called the timeout, but the referees never saw her. And it kind of was a bummer the way it ended, because he definitely could have set up another play.
I know. I was here with Tom Donovan. We're trying to cover the Beverly Peabody game, and at that point, that game had kind of gotten out of hand. So, you know, me and him were thinking about things to talk about. We're listening to Robert very closely through our headsets because, you know, there's not much to focus on here anymore. And the sway of emotions that went through that was hilarious. I could hear Robert, because he's watching the Peabody broadcast and he's freaking out. Throughout it, you know, Hailey just puts him ahead, and it was like, oh my gosh, she got 1,000 points, 36 points. She hits the three to win the game. And we're sitting here, and I'm talking to Tom about it, and it takes about 3 seconds later, and I just hear Robert over the air just go, oh no.
Yeah, it was a big swing. I mean, they were down like 10 points with like 3 minutes left. And then I know she hit a couple big shots, and then I believe Tia Bernard hit a big shot. You know, but then you're right. You know, all of a sudden she hit that three, and you're like, wow, perfect. On her night, 1,000 points. She goes out and scores a career high 36 points. You know, thinking it's over, and all of a sudden you just see the girl come down and drain the three. You know, and I'll tell you, I mean, you know, I know it killed all the girls on the team, especially Hailey. You know, she came over to my house last night, actually. We were speaking about it. She goes, I'm still not over it. You know, she goes, I didn't care about my 1,000 points, which I think she's full of it. I know she can, but she wanted to win more than anything.
I mean, yeah, but at that point, she had gotten 1,000 points in the third quarter. She had a whole quarter to think about just the W, and they couldn't get it. And obviously, they needed that W because they needed to basically win out, it seemed like, if they hoped to get a home playoff game in the tournament. And after that loss, it kind of seems like maybe that ship has sailed.
Yeah, correct. And Danvers did a big favor for Beverly Friday night. They upset Marblehead. You know, so if Beverly could have won that game on Friday night and then come out and beat Marblehead tonight, they could be in the driver's seat for the Northeastern Conference North. But now, like you said, I don't think it's attainable now.
No, I don't think so either. I don't have the numbers in front of me right now to say whether it's completely out of the question. But, I mean, when we looked at this last broadcast, it seemed like we talked about they needed to win out.
Yeah, right. You know, and the first time they played Marblehead, and they played them tough.
Yeah,
you know,
49-45, that was it.
Very, very close game. I mean, right now you see on the screen there the Division I North standings. Central Catholic, who's always at the top at 16-1. Same with Woburn. Woburn's always at the top. The surprise me and you talked about a little earlier is Everett.
I know.
14-2.
I have seen back-to-back seasons where Beverly has gone into the tournament against Everett and just made it rain on them. Just absolutely beat them down. But to see Everett up there in 14-2 is a real surprise. And I'm glad I wasn't alone in thinking that.
Yeah, there's some more of the Division I North. You know, so, you know, Beverly has made the tournament. Unfortunately, they're going to play one of the higher seeds in the first round, most likely on the road. And, you know, the last couple of years, the first round of the tournament on the road has not been the best for them.
No, not at all.
You know, so, I mean, hopefully this year.
Other than the year they got Everett.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, they got Everett. They beat them, but then that was at home, and then they had to go on the road. And, you know, it was a different story. But you know something?
Oh, yeah, they're right. They did have Everett at home one of the years. The year before that, they, I think, believed they had played Everett on the road.
Right, yeah. You know, so, I mean, you know, this year, like you said, unfortunately, they're not going to have a home game. But, you know, anything can happen. And, you know, and I'll tell you, these girls, I mean, especially, you know, two of the senior captains, in Tia Bernard and Hailey, who start, you know, almost every game. I mean, they're the heart and soul of the team. And, you know, you have the other senior captain, Vianna Kochian, and she came in, she started Friday night, places Sydney Anderson, who was out, I guess, for medical reasons. She was hurt. or some shin splints or something. And Vienna played very well, I thought. She's a tough, tough girl. She gives 100%. So those three captains, hopefully, can get the girls up for their first playoff game.
Yeah, absolutely. Playoff time is certainly leaning on the captains. We talked about tonight's matchup. Only losing to Marblehead by 4 the last time they played, but something that's been an ongoing theme we always talk about is we know Hailey's going to get her points. We also know Hailey's going to get her special attention, though, from the other team, and it's up to somebody else to come up with some offense. And we've seen at times that's just inconsistent to find. Sometimes it's Tia, sometimes it's Kylie, sometimes it's been Sydney, who you did say was out last game. So at least having Sydney back tonight will be big. But, you know, we've seen it before where they just go ice cold everybody else, and you got to find that second person to get some scoring tonight.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened Friday night. You know, Hailey scoring 36 out of the 47 points, you know, didn't help much, you know. But,
no.
But I tell you, I was on you earlier, everything she shot was going in. You know, so it came to a point. Yeah, it came to a point in that fourth quarter that the teammates were looking for her, and she was draining everything. You know, but, you know, you definitely need, you know, and Tia Bernard definitely to step up. You know, she's the other real scorer here for the Panthers. And then at the point with Kylie McCarthy, if she can control the floor and get the two girls open, and, you know, as well as Sophia down low and Sydney, you know, they'll have a shot against any team, I believe.
Yeah, I think so, too. It's been so hard to consistently find that second score sometimes, and it's changed around just so much.
Right. No, I hear you there. And
yeah.
You can't win every game with only one scorer, because, you know, if that scorer goes cold, you're in trouble.
No, not at all.
You know.
So we're about a little under 7 minutes away. We're going to have a senior night as well, so we'll have some presentations there as well before this game starts. And back to the Hailey Anderson 1,000 points. It's been really fun to watch now that I've been doing this for a couple of years and see just how much her game has evolved from just someone who'd come in off the bench, spot shooter, you know, wouldn't put it on the floor a lot. And then with the days with Alyssa, it was her and Alyssa, so people couldn't focus her on much. And then the real adjustment that happened about second way through the year last year, when teams started to figure out that she was the main one to worry about and throw extra bodies, to see the process and how much she's had to adjust her game to that has been fun to watch, and she's done a terrific job of that, especially this year. I think that one of the games that you talked about, I can't remember who was against, that was about 2 games ago, where I think it was just off the Danvers game, she had been shut down.
Yeah, the classical game, I think she came out.
The classical game, the very next game, she came out, started being a real aggressive, attacking the rim even too, faking that 3 when they would get in her shirt. But watching that whole adjustment since I've been doing this has been really fun to watch. Yeah,
I mean, I've been watching Hailey, obviously, since she's been in, you know, 5, 6 years old in the Kiwanis leagues, you know, and she's gotten better and better and better. And she just loves basketball. That's the bottom line. She's not the biggest kid in the world out there, but I've said this at the beginning of the year, and I'll still say it. I'll put her up against any kid at Beverly High School in a 3-point contest. You know, she can shoot lights out.
No, I agreed. I've actually said that now for the past 2 years, where I've just said she is, period, just the best 3-point shooter in Beverly basketball.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Even when Toscani was here, I thought she was a better 3-point shooter than even Toscani, and that's saying a lot, because Toscani would have nights when he'd go off on that too.
Oh yeah, you know, and Hailey does it consistently. You know, she has an off night, and all of a sudden we look at the score because she's got 18 points. Yeah, and it's like, wow, that was a quiet 18. You know, I mean, it's like, you know. So, you know, I mean, the last, you know, what I can say is the last 4 or 5 games, I mean, she has been on a tear. You know, it is the best she's played. I believe, I was talking to my brother the other night, I think she has like 124 points in the last 5 games.
Wow.
You know
I didn't even know quite that stat.
Yeah, so, I mean, she's been just lighting them up. Yeah. You know, obviously the 36-point night helped her. You know, but I know she had 25 one night, 24 another night. You know, so, I mean, the last 5 games is the best she's played, I think, here in a Beverly High career. Yeah, I think so too. Apart from maybe some of the tournament games against Everett, I remember some of those she went off as well. But yeah, this has been the best stretch of basketball probably of her career that I've at least ever seen. And a lot of that is just being aggressive and just deciding that it doesn't matter what they're doing, I'm going to have to try and get my points. Because like I said, we've seen her now fake the 3. We've seen her drive to the rim, put it on the deck, do everything she can to ensure that she gets hers. Right. No, absolutely. You know, and tonight's going to be another huge test because the coach of Marblehead is Coach Paul Moran. I've known him for years, and he used to be the boys coach in Saugus High School, and he's just Mr. Basketball everywhere. And he knows the better players on every team, so I expect to see a very tough defense on her tonight.
So you're saying you don't think she'll drop 9 points in the first 3 minutes like she does in every single game for some reason?
I mean,
before teams figure out that maybe we should play that box and one now?
You know something? On Friday night at Peabody, I realistically didn't think she'd come up with 22 because, like I said, the game before against Peabody, she was shut down.
Yeah.
And she came out, they played man-to-man, you know, and she got a couple open looks. She hit them both, and I'm like, wow, now they're going to double her. Yeah. They never doubled her.
Really?
Yeah, so it's just, you know, she was just getting the open looks, and, you know, she missed some easy threes here and there, but, you know, she putting up 36 points is nothing to sneeze at there.
Yeah. No, not at all. But anyway, now about 3 minutes left to go, and as we talked about, we've had the presentations of Hailey Anderson for 1,000 points. We'll have senior night presentations as well. And what I've heard, at least from what I understand, is after the game tonight, I think Hailey's going to come up here. We're going to do an interview with her after the game as well.
Yep, that's true. I actually spoke to Hailey yesterday and then just confirmed it now. At the end of the game, you know, we'd like to interview her and congratulate her, you know, on the 1,000-point, because, again, that's a very, very rare thing here at Beverly High School. There's only been one girl in Beverly High history before her. It was Laura Sullivan, I believe.
Yes.
She has 1,041 points, and Hailey, I believe, will surpass that pretty easily.
Well, she has about 26 points to go now and about 4 or 5 games left, so, right?
Yeah, she's at 1,014 right now. You know, so I expect her to probably be up the 1,100 range, if not more. If she stays on the tier she's been on the last 5 games, she'll be pushing 1,200.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, so, I mean, it's going to be fun to watch.
Wow, and that is amazing to think about, that she would turn this career like this into becoming the all-time leader in points here for girls basketball at Beverly High.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
Quite the accomplishment.
It's crazy to think about it. You know, I mean, it's something that, you know, she'll remember the rest of her life, you know. And a funny story, you know, people that might know that'll watch it tonight, Marty Harrington from, you know, Beverly. He came here. He's the last 1,000-point scorer here at Beverly High.
Wow.
And he was in my office the other day, and we got talking. He goes, Mike, I remember it like yesterday. I scored my 1,000 points against New Bedford. I needed 28 points. I got the 28th point. I knew it. So it's something that she'll always remember. You know, there's Marty Harrington now in his 30s. He remembers. So, you know, it's something that's an awesome accomplishment, and she will remember that for the rest of her life.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it looks like we're getting ready for the starting lineups. But before that, I'm sure they'll have a little presentation for the 3 seniors from Beverly High School. The 3 seniors are number 3, Hailey Anderson, number 22, Tia Bernard, and number 23, Vienna Kochian. So they'll be presenting some flowers to their mom and dad. And, you know, right after that, we'll probably have the starting lineups, national anthem. We'll get this game going.
Yeah, absolutely.
So at first, we will recognize the 3 seniors from Beverly High School. So the first one is going to be from Marblehead, actually. They're going to present some flowers to the Marblehead seniors. So Marblehead the same with 3 seniors, same as Beverly High School. Now the first Beverly senior is number 23, Vienna Kochian. Her father with a little selfie there. So the next one is number 22 and Tia Bernard. Tia is another 4-year starter here for the Panthers.
And I think she'll be real key tonight, by the way, if they want to get this win over Marblehead. We talked about needing that second score.
Yeah. And finally, number 3, Hailey Anderson. So now we'll have the start lineups first for the visitors from Marblehead. Is number 4, Leela Walton. Number 12 is Maddie Erskine. Number 13 is Fair Gillette. Number 25, Mia Granada. And number 31, John, you can help me out with that name. Magdalene Lowy.
Yeah. Magdalene Lowy. The only senior, by the way, in that starting lineup for them.
And now the starters for the Beverly Panthers. It's number 15, Kylie McCarthy. She's a junior point guard. Number 20 is Sophia Hemsey. She's a junior forward. Number 22, Tri-Captain Tia Bernard, a senior. Number 3 is Hailey Anderson, senior guard. And number 23 is Vienna Kochian, a senior guard. So now we will have the national anthem.
Would you please remain standing as the BHS Vocal Ensemble sings our national anthem?
So a nice job there by the Beverly High School, looks like vocal chorus, singing the national anthem. That's a change here at Beverly High School. They usually have the recording going on. So after a long pregame, Dom, we're finally ready to tip off here to start this Northeastern Conference Girls Varsity Basketball Showdown between the Marblehead Magicians and the Beverly Panthers.
Yeah. Sophia out there for the tip-off, looking like she's giving up a few inches, as always, it seems like.
I believe, you know, this center at number 35 and Emily Close, she is one of the biggest centers in the league. So we're off with the game here. Marblehead wins the opening tip. This is Fair Gillette on the left side. At point is number 12, Maddie Erskine. Hailey Anderson guarding Lowy very closely. Here's a turnaround jump shot by Chloe. No good, and it's rebound by Hemsey. Here's Hailey in the corner for three. Back rims it, no good. Rebound by Kylie McCarthy.
Nice job there by Kylie to get that rebound, and a nice job by her to see Hailey open right there. Yes. Get the ball to her.
Nice pass inside to Kylie. No good, and it's a rebound by Chloe. And just what I thought, Coach Paul Moran coming out in a box and one.
Yep.
And they have one of the bigger girls guarding Hailey. So he's got, you know, I believe it's number 12 in Erskine, who's much taller than Hailey. And she's going to be guarding her on a box and one, and you know, it's going to be tough to shoot over her.
Mm-hmm. Well, Beverly's going to have to figure something out to get her some open looks, and also someone else is going to have to step up tonight scoring.
And we're, what, 45 seconds in, we already have some confusion with the referees.
Well, the foul was on Tia.
Here's a pass inside to number 4 in Walton. She goes up in 2 for the first 2 of the game. So that is Erskine, who's gotten Hailey on a box and one here. This is Cochian. Cochian looked like she got pushed there, but no call.
Oh, but a steal there, as Tia got her hand in that and knocked it away.
So Kylie uses the pick, looking for Hailey to roll off the pick. Here's Viana for a long three. She back rims it, no good, and it's rebound Marblehead, and they got a fast break going with Erskine down the left side. Inside to Walton. Walton sky hook, no good.
It's going to be tough on the boards tonight, just looking at the size difference.
Yeah, and it looks like that's Coach Moran's game plan, is to pound it down inside. But some nice defense there.
You know, Beverly's dealt with that all season, but nice move by Hailey.
Yeah, that was a nice move. I mean, that's exactly what she's going to have to do. The girl overplayed her, go right by her, and, you know, go in for a layup. Yeah, and it looks like that's a little bit of a force there. They're just trying to pound it inside the Chloe. You know, and it looks like they're, you know, double teaming her down low when the ball's coming in with Sophia and Tia. So they're going to make it hard for them to pound it down to Chloe.
Yeah, despite giving up a size difference, we've seen Beverly be able to shut that down before.
Yeah, so Coach Moran now switches it up a little. He's in just a straight 2-3. And
Hailey from way outside.
You shouldn't be doing that. You should not be doing that, because then that leaves Hailey wide open for a long three.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he just felt like he needed to change up the defense, but I don't think he's going to do that again.
So Beverly out to their first lead, 3-2. Here's Walton inside, sky hook, up and in for 2. 4-3 Marblehead. This is Kylie McCarthy over to Tia. Tia's going to have the long three. Back rims it, no good. Rebound by Marblehead.
Right now, Beverly, for the most part, just settling for a lot of threes.
Walton pounds it down inside to Chloe, and it looks like it's going to be Tia Bernard's second foul.
That hurts. Only 5 minutes.
That's exactly what it is.
Only 5 minutes in, Tia picking up her second foul. That's something you can't really afford. Sydney's going to come in and replace Cochian. Now, with Tia picking up her second foul, we'll see if they elect to switch anything up on the defense, especially with Sydney back in.
Yeah, it's pretty weird right now. They got Kylie McCarthy guarding the center and Chloe down low. That's a little strange there.
I don't think that'll continue.
So right now, Marblehead's in a, patented 2-3 zone right now, and, they're leaving Hailey open at the top of the key on the right now.
Listen, I'll take that all day.
Here's McCarthy over to Hailey. Another long three.
Not that time for Hailey.
Front rims it this time, but nice offensive board there by Tia Bernard. McCarthy at the top. Got Bernard open on the wing there, but she couldn't get it to her.
She tried.
This is Erskine. Her shot is good. That's Erksine's first 2 of the game, and it's a 6-3 lead for Marblehead. Here's Sydney's long 3. No good. Rebound Marblehead.
Again, Beverly, for the most part, just settling for threes.
Yeah, and they're not using much of the shot clock. They're just coming down, making 1 or 2 passes and firing away.
Yeah. I know it's tough inside. I know that you're giving up a lot of size, but you have to figure something out offensively.
And it looks like it's going to be the first foul on Sydney Anderson. It's her first. Entering the game now, number 5 is Annika Hailey. And she'll replace number 13, Fear Gillette. This is Hailey at the top of the key. She's guarded closely by Sydney. They're looking down to try to pound it down to Walton, who's already got 4 points so far. She's got a little jump shot from the center of the key and in for 2.
Now, right now, Walton, the big issue for the Panthers. She got that shot up and over Hailey.
That extends the lead. Nice move there by Sydney. She tried to get the ball into Sophia. It was knocked away, and Marblehead has the ball in a fast break.
That was a nice move by Sydney, but you could see the tree over there, and Chloe was right there in her face, and Sydney had to give it up.
Here comes
nice.
Sydney on a 2-on-0 break. She gets up and in. Oh, just got that ball up and in. It looked like it didn't want to go in.
I was one of those where I was like, oh no, is this going to be too easy, Mike?
Looked like a little backspin she had on that one to roll it in. So now it's Marblehead 8, Beverly 5. Here's Walton. She kicks it over to Chloe at the top of the key.
Boy, you'll take keeping Chloe out there all day.
There's a shot by Erksine, no good. Nice rebound by Sydney, and the Panthers are off. Trying to cut this lead down to at least 1. Here's Hailey on the drive. She's double teamed immediately. Here's Sydney's long 3. Off the glass and in for 3. Sydney Anderson for 3. And I guess you can say they missed her Friday night, in that 1-point loss over in Peabody. Here's Walton inside, and Hailey's going to pick up her first foul.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, you talked about the crazy stretch Hailey's been on, but over the past, I think, 3 or 4 games, it seems like Sydney is really cemented actually as the second scorer for a lot of it.
Yeah, she's come along definitely the last 4 or 5 games. I know she loves to play. There's a long 3 there by number 31, Lowy.
Yeah, the only senior in the lineup for Marblehead that time with the 3.
Here's Tia Bernard on the right side. Now they have Walton covering Hailey on a box and 1.
That was Sydney again on that 3. Not that time, though.
2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter, 11-8 Marblehead. Sophia down low, a nice double team there by the Panthers, and Chloe couldn't, get the shot off there.
No, they're doing a nice job on Chloe.
There's a nice move fake by Sid. Oh, nice pass out to Tia Bernard for a 3. Front rims it no good, and it looked like an offensive rebound. And Hailey's going to pick up her second foul. So the Panthers are getting a little foul trouble early on here.
Yeah, they are. Tia has 2. Hailey has 2.
And
Sydney's got 1. Yeah.
So 5 team fouls already here with still 1:40 remaining here in the first quarter. This is Walton at the top of the key. Again over to Lowy. Lowy's long shot no good. Rebound by Hailey. Her shot up and in for 2.
And another foul. And you got to worry about who they called that on.
That was on number 15, Kylie McCarthy.
At least it was only on McCarthy because that's only her first.
Hailey's shot no good. Looked like we're going to have a lane violation there on Sophia. She got in there a little bit too quick that time. Annika Hailey, she's only a sophomore. Her free throw, and we're going to have a lane violation quickly on Marblehead. this woman referee down here is all business tonight. I think she's called, 5 out of the 7 fouls that have been called tonight, and a couple lane violations, and she's here for the big game. Here's Tia Bernard on the right side. She tries to get it into Sophia, and it's
I tell you, right now,
quickly.
this length of Marblehead is giving Beverly problems.
Inside the Walton. Walton shot up and in for two.
It's giving them problems on offense. It's giving them problems on defense.
Yeah, Walton's not the biggest player in the world either, and she's got nice moves down low.
Yeah.
She's already got 8 points here for Marblehead.
And there it is again with the length, trying to get that pass into Tia, but Chloe just sticks her paw out there and gets in the way.
There's Walton in the corner with Hailey on her. This is Hailey at the top of the key. This is a long three again by Lowy. And that extends the lead way out to 18-8, 10-point lead. It's a 10-0 run here by Marblehead.
I was about to say a 10-0 run for Marblehead, and Beverly's going to have to maybe think about taking a timeout.
And we're going to have a foul on number 4 on Walton. That's going to be her first foul.
I believe it's is that even the first foul for Marblehead?
I think it's the second.
Second, okay.
.26 seconds remaining. Shot clock has been turned off in the first quarter here. Tia down in low to Sophia. Sophia kicks it back out to Kylie. Nice foul line jumper there by Bernard. Bang! Tia Bernard.
Nice, some much needed points there to break up that 10-0 run.
18-10, 8 seconds remaining here. This is Candelaria. Her shot no good. It's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be Beverly ball with 3 seconds remaining. Pass it into Sydney. Sydney's going to take on, nope, she's going to pull up for a long three by McCarthy off the backboard and no good. So that's going to end the first quarter with a, abundance of points scored there. You know, usually we got a low score in first quarter, and it's 18-10 Marblehead. They're led by number 4.
Walton.
Yeah, Leela Walton. She's a junior guard, and she's got 8 out of the 18 points. I mean, their big girl down low, 35 Chloe, she hasn't yet scored.
No.
And it's just between her and Erskine, with the 2 big threes, has pushed this lead out to 8.
Yeah, exactly. And Beverly got it tied at 8, and then Marblehead just went on a 10-0 run to push it out to that score before Beverly finally got some points there. But, the thing I'm seeing is not only is the size, just the height an issue, but the length of Marblehead is causing problems when they're trying to get the ball in on the passing. I've seen a couple of times Chloe just stick her paw out there and get in the way of these passing lanes.
Yeah, they're definitely bigger than the Panthers, so number one, either the Panthers are going to have to start hitting their outside shots, or
they've taken plenty of those.
they're gonna have to fake the outside shot, go by the girl and go in for a layup, and hopefully Chloe is not there to block it.
Hopefully.
They've done it before and they can do it again. They're only down 8, so I mean it was 8-8, then they went on a 10-0 run, and then the big hoop by Tia Bernard just before the first quarter ended, cut the lead to 8. And ever since that 3 that Hailey hit, you saw Coach Moran saying, hello, there's the 1,000-point scorer.
That they literally were just presenting.
Now, the last 3 or 4 times down the court, in number 12, Erskine, has been right in Hailey's shirt. I mean, it's just like she's going to have to get some screens from somebody. Someone's going to have to go and set a screen for her, work off the screen, and try to get the open look. So it's Panthers basketball to start the second quarter here. McCarthy at the point. Here's Sydney. Sydney gives up the 3. She drives to the hoop. Almost traveled there. And it looked like Sophia to call for the travel there. And it's going to be Marblehead basketball.
And right now, anytime they get by their first defender, they run right into Chloe down there, and they can't do anything.
Here's Walton over to Hailey, looking down low to Erskine. They're definitely looking down low every time to Erskine or Chloe.
Yeah.
We got 7 seconds remaining on the shot clock. This is Walton. Walton drives to the hoop, a little soft runner, and she's going to be called for a foul over the back. Nice box out there by Hailey Anderson, and that's Walton's second foul.
We're talking about Beverly being in some foul trouble. Marblehead not really, but it's nice to see that Walton picks up her second.
So now you got Hailey on Hailey, in the box of 1 here. This leaves Bernard open on the left side, no good. Gets her own rebound. She goes up, and she's going to be pushed by Chloe.
Nice.
It's going to be on the floor. and that's going to be Chloe's first foul.
Nice to see finally Beverly not back down from Chloe and force the issue.
Nice pass inside to Bernard. Bernard shot, no good. Back rims it. Going to be rebound by Marblehead.
It's going to be tough sledding night for Beverly on offense, and they're going to have to just make sure when they get their shots, got to shoot better.
Yeah, they're going to have either, Tia Bernard or Sydney Anderson, step up a little bit here and start hitting the outside jumpers.
Nice steal by Hailey,
Nice
driving
drive.
against Hailey on Hailey.
Yeah. That was a perfect drive by Hailey. She didn't settle for anything. She went right into her, drew the foul, and she's going to go to line for 2. Hailey back rims the first free throw. Their second one is nothing but net. Cuts the lead to 7, 6:45 remaining here in the half. This is Cronin now on the left side with Sydney Anderson right on her. They try to pass inside. Nice steal by Sydney. Sydney dribbles by Erkstein.
She's got Hailey. Oh,
Yeah.
no, too late with the pass.
Nice hustle there by the Panthers on D. McCarthy and Sydney Anderson hustled back on D and got the steal. Nice pass inside to Sophia. Sophia's layup is no good. Those are the opportunities the Panthers got to capitalize on.
Got to capitalize on that tonight. It's not going to be easy getting your looks against Marblehead. I do like the pace is picked up, though, because that might be what they need to do. Maybe they can't let Marblehead get set on defense. They're going to have to pick up the pace. Another turnover.
Yeah, nice steal there by
Let's go
Sid.
fast.
Here's Sydney, gives up the 3.
I thought she'd take it.
Here's Hailey looking down low. Inside to Sophia. Nice ball movement here by the Panthers, trying to get the open look, but Marblehead, playing some great D, and the Panthers just keep throwing the ball away.
Yeah, and then again, that length of Marblehead, they continue to just be able to get away these passing lanes.
Nice block there by McCarthy.
Turnovers aplenty on both sides right now.
Here's Haley's long 3. That's going to be well short. Rebound by Chloe.
Anytime they can, I really want Beverly to pick up the pace. Just look to fly and fly and fly, because whenever Marblehead is able to get set on defense, it's so hard.
This is inside to Erkstein. They try to pound it down to Chloe. And you know something, from what I've seen so far, they try to pound it down to her, and I'm almost welcoming that because they really haven't succeeded much.
It's not working at all right now.
Yeah, and Coach Moran right now is going to go to a mass substitution, bringing in 3 new players. I think he's had it from seeing what's out in the court right now. Here's Haley's drive up, no good. Rebound by number 13 and Fair Gillette. Nice defense there again by Tia Bernard. This is Erkstein, foul line jumper, no good. Oh, rebound by Chloe.
Chloe just goes right up over.
It looks like they're going to call a foul on, travel on Tia. It looked like she had the rebound, and she might have been fouled by Chloe, but to no avail, they call a travel. This is Erkstein, pounds it down to Chloe. Chloe off the glass and in for 2.
Well, it took a while, but Chloe finally gets some points down there on how much they've been pounding it down there.
That's only the first field goal of the second quarter for either team. Panthers only with 1 point here in the second quarter, and Marblehead with the 2. So a very, very scoreful first quarter has turned pretty slow now. And it's going to be out of bounds on Marblehead, and it's going to be Beverly basketball. So Marblehead's given all the opportunities to the Panthers to try to get back in this game.
I know, and they just can't do it. Talk about Marblehead hasn't been good offensively on this, but the defense has stayed just so tough.
Here's Kylie, kicks it out to Bernard. Bernard fakes the shot, goes up for a 3. well short.
I don't know why she hesitated so much on that.
Yeah, and I was just about to say maybe Coach Danchel might need a little timeout here because, you know, the 5 starters have been on the court the whole time, and they might be a little winded, but
maybe
Coach Moran did them a little favor and called a timeout himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, more of the same here in this quarter, at least for Beverly on offense. It's tough. Marblehead's got the size. They got the length, and they're making it just an absolute nightmare right now. Beverly's having to really work for any shots that they get. And like I said, I think the only thing they can really think about they can do right away is they got to pick up the pace. They got to just look to fly whenever they can, Mike, because anytime that they get down there and Marblehead is set, they can't get any good looks off.
Right. No, I agree with you there. You know, Marblehead's a much bigger team, you know, a little bit more physical, but, you know, they're doing a great job on Chloe, you know, especially Tia Bernard and Hemsey down there doubling her every time she gets the ball.
Oh, yeah.
She really hasn't done much. Walton killed them in the first quarter. She's done nothing here. Actually, no one's done anything here in the second quarter,
No.
You know, including the same for the Panthers. All they have is the 1 free throw by Hailey, you know, and that's their only points here in the second quarter. They've gone ice cold from the floor. You know, I mean, Tia Bernard's had many open looks, just can't put them down. You know, so maybe she'll start, you know, hopefully knocking them down, or, you know, if they don't work for it, you know, fake the 3, take the ball to the hole, and go right at the big girls and see what happens. You know, give them a fake and try to draw a foul. Because I think that's Coach Moran's, you know, game plan is basically we'll play a box and 1 on Hailey. She's their shooter. We shut her down and make someone else hit us from the outside, beat us. And, you know, so far it hasn't happened.
No. Other than Sydney's 1-3, yeah, no one else has been able to hit the outside shot.
And her 3 was, you know, off the backboard.
It was.
So, you know, but we'll give it to her for 3. So this is Walton again. Looked like she double dribbled there.
Yeah. Well, Sydney, I think, caused that because Sydney got a hand in there when she was trying to dribble and messed that up.
Nice defense there. Well, here comes Kylie. Oh, it had Tia Bernard wide open down low. Sydney just couldn't see her there. Here's Sophia, kicks it back out to Sid. Sid's long 3, back rims it, no good. And it's going to be a rebound, and it's going to be look like a loose ball still, and Marblehead comes up with it. And this is Lowy.
Lowy looking to fly on the other end. No, she'll slow it down now.
This is number 13, and Gillette, she's going to get called for travel. So again, if you notice, they're playing a box and 1 on Hailey, and I just saw that this time down the court. They did set a screen for her on the left side, but then the girl down low came out and switched on her. So Coach Moran has done his homework.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's just not going to give her.
That.
Yeah. She's not going to give her any. He's not going to give her any open looks at all. You know, she's going to have to work to score her points, and she's just going to keep moving without the basketball. There's a nice move inside by Sydney Anderson.
There we go by Sydney.
You know, and that could be one of the mismatches tonight. I mean, you know, down low, I post her up a few times. She's got some great moves down low.
Yeah, McClough might have the size, but Sydney did a nice job there of using the speed that she has and get it right around her.
That's going to be a 3-second call on Marblehead.
So Marblehead's offense really stagnating now in the second quarter.
2:20 remaining here in the first half. Marblehead by
nice
7.
Move by Kylie.
Oh, it definitely looks like she got fouled there.
Oh, my goodness, no call.
So this is Hailey over to Gillette. Gillette stops, pops, no good. Oh, it looked like Walton was over the back there, no call, and the Panthers are off. Got Tia Bernard up on the right wing and throws the ball away. And it looks like if she could have threaded the needle there, she would have had an easy layup.
Yeah, that's back-to-back offensive possessions for Beverly that things look to, you know, go the way that you needed them to go, and they just couldn't execute and get the points. But it was a nice take by Kylie before that. Thought she got fouled, didn't get it, and then on that one, having Tia wide open, but the pass just too far.
And again, they're pounding it down inside the Walton. She goes up and in for 2. That extends the lead back out to 9 for the Magicians. Here's Sophia. She's a little jump shot, no good. Rebound by Marblehead. This is Chloe. She gets it over to Walton. Back out top to Cronin's long 3, no good. Gets her own rebound. This is over to Hailey. Looking for Chloe down low. Nice defense by Hemsey. Tia's going to pick up her 3rd foul.
Beverly can't afford that. Oh, no. 3rd foul, minute 15 to go.
Yeah, and she's going to have to go to the bench now with the 3 fouls. Yeah, and it looks like number 35, Nyla Oliveri, will come in for her. And this is going to send Walton to the free throw line to shoot one-on-one. Her shot's no good, and it's going to be a rebound by Hemsey. Looked like she got pushed out of bounds, and it's going to be Beverly basketball. So nice hustle there by Sophia, and she's pushed out of bounds by number 31. And it's going to be Beverly basketball. So Oliveri does replace Tia Bernard. Here's McCarthy.
They're right up in Hailey's shirt.
Yeah, they're not letting her go anywhere, and they're even looking to double her.
Yeah.
Coach Moran yells out. She gets by it. So you step up right away. Nice pass over to Sid. Sid gives up the three. She drives to the hoop. McCarthy, and they're going to get called for a 30-second violation there. Nice defense there by Marblehead. And we're down to 40 seconds remaining here in the first half. 22-13 Marblehead.
For as high scoring as the first quarter was, the second quarter is made up for that.
Yeah, it's coming to a screeching halt. It looks like 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. They're going to go to Chloe inside. They're going to try to pound it down to Walton. And nice defense there by Sydney. Knocks the ball out of bounds, and it's going to be Beverly basketball.
Nice. Sydney wreaking havoc right now on the defensive side.
Yeah. Coach Stanchel decides to call a timeout with 12 seconds remaining. Going to try to set up a play here for the end of the first half and try to cut this lead down to at least 7, maybe 6.
We've seen it work before. We've seen them somehow be able to steal some points right before a half. Sometimes, unexplainably, Hailey is wide open sometimes for threes.
Right. Yeah, but you know
Let's
something?
hope. I know.
We've seen many games this year here at home, obviously, and I've seen many on the road, and by far, this is the best defense I've seen on Hailey. Where, you know, and I told you that before the game, Coach Moran, he's been coaching for years in Saugus, now Marblehead, and he knows the game, and, you know, he knows what's going on. So, yeah, if Hailey's going to even get into double figures tonight, it's going to be very, very tough for her. You know, and we just need, you need Tia Bernard to start, knocking down her shots, and Sydney, and then even Kylie McCarthy. She's yet to shoot any threes today.
And she's had a nice drive, couldn't finish it off. I thought she may have got fouled. But Tia's had some nice looks tonight. It just they haven't gone in.
So Tia Bernard's back into the game. You got to hope she don't pick up a 4th foul here.
Yeah.
So it's into McCarthy. We're down to 10 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Let's see what they drew up. Kylie.
Over to Sid. Sid's long three, no good. And it's going to be Marblehead. Shot at the buzzer, no good. So at the end of one half of play here at the Henry Cabot Lodge Fieldhouse, it is the Marblehead Magicians 22, the Beverly Panthers 13. We'll be right back to start the second half in just a moment.
You are watching BevCam. Here, anyone can come to the studio to make their own local TV show. Contact us with your idea. We'll help you get started with producing your own show, editing it, and then we'll broadcast it to all of Beverly for your friends and family to see. You might even get some new fans. We also film local events like sports, music, city council meetings, and more. If you miss out on anything in town, you can catch up on it here. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Contact us at 978-927-5544 or email us at admin@bevcam.org.
Got a quarter?
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving, the ultimate party foul.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Listen.
All it took was someone who would insist that I just try.
Suddenly, everything was turned around because they judge you.
You tell them, I don't need this.
No one is going to understand.
Unless they've been through it, how can they?
Then one day you realize
You feel so hopeless.
I need help. I need help.
You feel so hopeless.
Then one day you realize,
unless they've been through it, how can they understand?
I don't need this.
No one's going to judge you.
Suddenly everything was turned around because they insist that I just try.
All it took was someone who would just...
Listen.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the start of the second half of this varsity girls basketball game between the Beverly Panthers and the Marblehead Magicians. Marblehead with a 22-13 lead here at halftime after a very, very, high-scoring first quarter where it was 18-10. It was a very, very slow second quarter where Marblehead outscored the Panthers 4-3. So,
well, you know what? It's funny is this game has really just been the microcosm of everything that we talked about. Maybe what happened last game and just the inconsistency issues that this team has. And that's if you shut Hailey down, we don't know who the second scorer is. And sometimes it's Sydney and sometimes it's Tia, sometimes it's Kylie. But they'll have nights where everyone just goes ice cold. And it's been that. I mean, you talked about it too, This head coach for Marblehead, been coaching for years. He knows what he's doing. He's probably had just about maybe the most aggressive game plan of just taking Hailey away that we've seen all season, and it's worked to perfection. And right now, they're not really getting points from anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, and you can see it. I mean, he's the first coach I've seen that does play the box and one, but even once she gets a screen, she gets by her, and she, all of a sudden, there's another girl popping out on her. So she's not going to get any open looks there tonight. She's going to have to just, run the floor, like you said earlier. I'd love to see Beverly to run the floor, get a rebound and go, go, go. And, and that's going to hopefully get Marblehead tired. Yeah,
that's something that I talked about. Is I really think that's the key for one of the things right now is they just have to find a way to pick up the pace. They got to just fly and fly and fly whenever they can, because anytime Marblehead is getting set on defense, it's a nightmare for the Panthers to get any type of shot off.
Yeah, and obviously tonight so far, maybe it'll change here in the second half. The Panthers are ice cold from the outside.
Yeah, they are.
So I mean, being that cold from the outside, you got to start, doing something different and, taking the ball to the hole, trying to draw some fouls, even though they're bigger than you. I know Hailey did it one time. She went into the left and just went right into the girl, and they called a foul. 9 out of 10 times they're going to call it on the defensive player.
They did a nice job on one thing when they got Sydney in against Chloe, and we noticed just kind of the speed difference that Sydney had. Maybe you can try and exploit that matchup again and see if Sydney can just get around Chloe and get the shot off. But
yeah, I'm curious to see if they try to post up, Sydney in the second half.
Yep.
Because she does have very nice moves down low. And if she can get that basketball down low, give her a couple head fakes, and she's so much quicker than Chloe, like you said, she can go right by her.
Exactly. The other thing to watch, Tia is in some foul trouble now. She's got 3 fouls, I believe. She's starting, though. But
yeah, I mean, nothing to lose, really. You're down 22-13.
I understand
you can't fall behind much more here.
No, I understand it, but it's just, something to watch.
So Marblehead starts the second half with the basketball. This is Lowy. Bounds it inside to Chloe. Chloe's shot no good. Going to be knocked out of bounds by the Panthers.
And we talked about just Beverly's struggles, but obviously Beverly doing a very good job on defense themselves, as Marblehead only had about 4 points in that last quarter as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Marblehead's given Beverly all the, opportunities to get back in this game, but, the
that kind of makes it all the more frustrating, doesn't it?
There was almost a foul on Tia, but she backed off nicely there. And, the Marblehead girl missed the shot, and here come the Panthers. And it looks like they're going to change it up a little. They're going to put Hailey at the point now. And this could be good. And maybe change it up, set some screens for her, move without the basketball.
It could be good, but when you add those people in the backcourt like that.
Here's Kylie's long 3, no good.
I wanted them to look to go faster.
And this is Hailey at the top of the key with McCarthy on her. This is inside to Erskine.
There's Walton.
Over to Walton. Walton's been the big scorer here so far for Marblehead tonight with 10 points. And we're going to have a loose ball, jump ball, and it's going to be Beverly basketball. So Hailey at the point with Hailey on her. Here's McCarthy. She had the open 3, decided not against it. Here's Hailey. She drives right by Walton. She's going to get called for a foul on Hailey.
Nice.
And that's exactly what she needs to do. She needs to take the ball, give a head fake, and go by her and make her, reach in and get the foul called.
Yeah, for all the foul trouble the Panthers are in, on the opposite end, Marblehead not really in much foul trouble at all.
Here's Hailey from the top of the key. Long three. Front rims it. No good.
It looked good.
And here comes Marblehead. Erskine at the top. Hands it off to Hailey. Nice defense there by Sydney. She was denying the ball from Walton. So Coach Stancil decided to put Sydney on Walton, their best scorer so far today. Nice defense there by McCarthy. And we're going to have a jump ball, and it's going to be Marblehead basketball with only 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Erskine will take the ball out of bounds. 5 seconds on the shot clock. 22-13 Marblehead. This is a long three by Erskine, and nothing but air there. And it's going to be Beverly basketball.
Yeah, just 6:04 still to go, but it's been more of the same here for both teams on offense.
As Tia had the open shot, but she didn't even look for it.
She's got Sydney. Oh, man.
Oh, they're going to call a kick basketball there. It didn't look like a kick. It looked like kind of
I think she just threw it into her leg, but I'll take that.
Absolutely. Restarts the shot clock.
And Kylie just, reenacted what actually just happened on that play, throwing it into the ref's rag. That's a break for the Panthers. That really is.
Yeah, the one thing that time that, Tia's going to step up. She had the open three, and she just didn't even look for it.
I know.
She is a very good shooter. She needs to look for that. Here's Sydney's long three, no good. And here comes Marblehead once again.
Walton.
Here's Chloe. Chloe down, off the glass, up and in for two.
Well, they were able to do a good job on Chloe in the first half, but Chloe able to cash in that time. Sydney again from the far side corner now.
No good. Rebound by Marblehead. Erskine trying to pound it down to Chloe again. Off the glass, up and in for two.
Now back-to-back points for Chloe, and that's not good news for the Panthers if they're able to get Chloe going now.
You might need a timeout here to slow things down a little bit. Here's a long three by Tia Bernard.
Wow, a much-needed three.
A big three-pointer there by Tia, and maybe she'll get hot now.
Hopefully, because this game was in danger of getting away from the Panthers a little bit, but that big three from Tia keeps it within striking distance a bit.
Here's Erskine trying to pound it down to Walton. It's going to be off Walton's hands, out of bounds, and it's going to be Beverly basketball.
Nice.
And I'll tell you, I like that matchup down low. I mean, with Sydney on Walton, Sydney's got probably a little size on her, and it's going to be tough for Walton to score off her.
I was just thinking that's just about the one matchup tonight that Beverly might have the size advantage on Marblehead.
Here's McCarthy trying to drive to the hole, kicks it out to Tia Bernard's long three, front rims it, no good. And that's going to be a rebound by Erskine. Erskine at the top, trying to drive to the right. She's looking right down low to Chloe. And it's going to be stolen.
Oh, Tia, be careful.
Yeah. Here's a steal by Tia Bernard, and the Panthers are off. Had Hailey deep. Oh, she does find her. Hailey drives to the hoop, goes up, no good. And it's going to be out of bounds off Beverly, and it's going to be Marblehead basketball. We have 3:55 remaining here in the third quarter, 26-16 Marblehead. So after a very fast-paced first quarter where it was 18-10, we've only had a total of 14 points scored since then.
Wow.
This is Lowy on the right side, kicks it over to Erskine. Erskine stops, pops, no good. Rebound by Hemsey. And she's going to get called for travel.
Oh.
So it's going to be a new shot clock here for Marblehead. This is through Erskine's hands, and it's going to be back court. That's a back court.
I know.
That's definitely a back court. Went through her hands. I don't know what the referee was thinking there. There's another back court.
Well, they can't get away with the second.
Yeah, I mean, the first one hit her off her fingertips, went behind there, so she touched it, so it's definitely a back court. No, I don't Don't know what that referee was doing there. So it's Panther basketball anyways, trailing 10, 3:15 remaining here in the third quarter. Here's McCarthy, kicks it out to Bernard. Sophia's little jump shot up and in for two. Nice ball movement there by the Panthers.
Yeah, they cut the lead back down to single digit. The deficit back down to single digits.
And they triple Chloe as soon as she got the ball. Here's Erksine's long three. Nice play there by Sydney. You know, and you see as soon as Chloe gets the ball, they triple her down low.
Let's look to fly, guys. Don't let them get set.
Here's McCarthy.
Nice move by McCarthy.
And no good.
Couldn't quite finish it off.
Here's a steal by Hailey. Hailey going to take it right at her. Goes up, no good. And it's going to be out of bounds on Beverly, and it's going to be Marblehead basketball.
I'll tell you, Beverly is forcing a lot of turnovers, at least out of Marblehead.
And it looks like Sydney's going to pick up a call for a block there. .232 remaining here in the third quarter. 26-18 Marblehead. Here's Hailey flying up the right side. Looks like Hailey ended up tripping over Sydney's feet. And we're going to have a foul, it looked like on Tia Bernard.
Oh, no.
Wow, they gave a foul on Sophia that time.
Okay. You can live with that.
Yeah. Her first foul of the evening. Trying to get the ball into Chloe again, and they, to no avail, picked off by Tia, and here comes Sydney. She got one-on-one with Walton. Nice go to the hoop, and a nice block there by Walton.
Oh, my God. Tia's lucky, by the way, on the other end of that. She didn't get called.
Nice hustle back there by Sydney. Kept all the way back on defense.
Man, all these turnovers the Panthers are getting, but they're not really turning them into points.
Yeah, I mean, they've had so many opportunities.
I know.
It's you know, crazy. They're just not, you know, being able to hit that layup, or, you know, they've missed a couple layups here and there, and, you know, Tia with that big three, but other than that, they've done nothing. Here's Lowy from the outside. McCarthy right on her. Nice defense here by the Panthers. This is number 21 in Candelaria.
Another
Stolen
turnover.
by McCarthy.
She got Tia, she missed her.
Here's Sophia, baseline jumper, no good. And it's going to be a rebound by McCarthy. Nice offensive bound there by McCarthy. Here's Hailey on the left side. She's immediately swarmed by Walton. Here's McCarthy's long three. Nothing but net. Kylie McCarthy for three.
A huge three, and finally Beverly able to capitalize.
They're down
on a
5
turnover.
here. Here's another ball inside, off Walton's hands, out of bounds.
And there's another Magician's turnover. Marblehead giving Beverly every chance to get back into this game.
Yeah, and Coach Moran is about to blow a gasket down there. He's
I
not
think
happy
he
with
is.
a couple of her players, including number 21 and Candelaria. And it looks like Beverly's going to have a timeout. So a nice little run there by the Panthers. They, you know, they were down 13, and that's when Bernard hit that big three to cut it to 10. And the next thing you know, we're down to 5, and they have the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. That was a huge three from Tia, because at that point, Chloe had just gotten back-to-back baskets, and this game really was in danger of getting out of hand. And that three by Tia, at least for the moment, you know, really slowed down the tide of how things were going.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big shot by the captain. And, you know, and you could tell right before that she had missed 4 or 5 threes, and she was getting some open looks. She didn't want to shoot the basketball. No. And, you know, being a senior captain like that, you need to step it up. You need to show everybody else on the team something. You want the basketball when the, you know, game's on the line, and that was the big three right there. If the Panthers are lucky enough to win this ball game tonight,
you remember
that's
that
a turning player of the game right there, no doubt.
Absolutely, because it just felt like things were really starting to get out of hand, and that really did just kind of stem the bleeding a little bit for the Panthers. And then after that, it's just been a sea of turnovers by Marblehead on offense that are continuing to keep Beverly in this game and giving them so many extra opportunities, and obviously keeping Marblehead off the scoreboard themselves.
So we have 1:26 remaining here in the third quarter, 26-21 Marblehead. It's got Beverly basketball underneath their own hoop. they put McCarthy back at the point. McCarthy over to Tia. Tia's looking for the shot. She can go baseline here. She could go just nice little baseline and maybe get a nice open shot that way. McCarthy turns the ball over there, and it's going to be Marblehead basketball. Here's Chloe. Pounds it down into Walton. Nice defense there by Sid. It's going to be a block shot out of bounds. And again, you know, ever since that first quarter when Walton was guarded by Hailey, she was, you know, actually scoring at will. Now with Sydney on her, she's having a very tough time to put the ball in the hole. This is Hailey trying to get the ball inbound. She finally does. Into Lowy. This is Gillette on the right side trying to pound it down. They double team Chloe immediately, and they're going to get called for a foul. It looks like it's going to be on Sophia. And Sophia's not a happy camper with that one.
No.
And I have to agree with her on that one, Sophie. So I don't think that was a foul either. But that's going to send Chloe to the free throw line. And this is, I'm curious to see how these free throws go here, Don, because, you know, in a close game down the stretch, you know, Panthers might want to have to stop fouling. We'll see what Chloe can do at the free throw line. Yeah, I think I might want to foul her during the game.
Yeah, I think so too.
Maybe, you know.
But, you know, talk about
But
that.
you never know.
Talk about being on Sophia. Tia was in on that play, and I'm telling you, every time a foul gets called, when Tia's anywhere near the basketball, I'm getting worried.
Here's Chloe's second free throw, no good.
No good.
Rebound by McCarthy. So the Panthers have another shot to cut the lead down to 3 and maybe 2. Here's McCarthy's shot, no good. And it's going to be out of bounds on Marblehead. Looks like McCarthy might have, you know, forced that a little bit there. But Panthers, you know, got a little lucky there and got the turnover once again. And it's going to be Beverly basketball. Here's it out to McCarthy. And there's Hailey. Long three. Front rims it. No good. Gets her own rebound. Goes up.
Come on.
And no foul there.
Come on.
Wow. Looks like she got hit by 2 people on that one.
I know.
So it looks like Marblehead's going to hold for the last shot here in the third quarter.
Boy, I keep Chloe out there all day, by the way.
But as soon as she gets, oh, that could have been Tia again. You're right.
Tia.
She's a little reach in there. So you get 11.7 seconds remaining, 26-21. Marblehead's got the ball underneath their own hoop. And I'm sure they're going to try to pound it inside the Chloe here.
Like that?
There it is, just like that. Off the glass, no good. Rebound by Sid, and the Panthers going to run with it. You're down to 6 seconds
5
remaining
seconds.
here. Here's Sydney, long three. Bang! Sydney Anderson for 3.
And a huge 3
and
by
that
Sydney
cuts the lead
Anderson.
down to 2 for the Panthers. A big 3 by Anderson. Make that Sydney, usually talking Hailey, but Sydney with a big 3 there. And, you know, that cuts the lead down to 2 after 3 quarters of play.
Yeah, I don't know what the scoring is right now for the players, but it seems like Sydney's got to be on top at least of everybody else.
Yeah, she's got leading the team with double figures at 10 points.
Like I said, Sydney now over the past couple of games has really cemented herself as sort of the second scorer. So she was sorely missed in the other game, but what a job by the Panthers there. You talked about that huge 3 from Tia being the turning point, because it seemed like things were going to get you know, out of hand for Beverly, and since then they've come roaring back. Not exactly fast.
No,
but
you're right. You're right. I mean,
because the defenses are still ruling this game, but forcing just turnover after turnover after turnover from the magician offense. And finally, with all these opportunities, Beverly finally able to cash in on a few of them. And a huge 3 by Sydney there right before the end of this quarter has made this just a 2-point game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something. I mean, it's not because if the Panthers don't win, it's not because of their defense. Because the Marblehead put up 18 points in that first quarter, and since then they had 4 in the second, 4 in the third.
Wow.
You know, so they've only put up 8 more points in the last 2 quarters. And that quarter right there, the Panthers put up 11 out of their 24. So you throw out that middle quarter, and, you know, I think the Panthers have pretty much dominated this game.
Yeah.
You know, except for that first quarter, you know, start of the first quarter. So we got even Beverly basketball here to start the fourth quarter. We got the score 26-24 in favor of Marblehead.
Yeah, one of the big things for the change on that is Sydney Anderson taking Walton. And since Sydney has guarded her, she has taken Walton out of the game.
Here's Tia Bernard's 3, bang!
And a huge 3 from senior Tia Bernard. We talked about how she'd be big too, and now she puts the Panthers ahead.
And the Panthers with their first lead of the game at 27-26. And it looks like we're going to have a foul, and it looks like it's going to be on Tia Bernard, and that's going to be her 4th.
No. Well, a huge 3 by Tia, but then on the other end there, Tia picking up her 4th foul. And that really is cause for concern now for Beverly because they need her in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And it could have been her 5th foul there, but
I know.
She's got to be very careful now.
She does.
To pick up that 5th foul, especially guarding Chloe, because, you know, in Coach Moran, they're going to pound the ball down low and, you know, try to take it right at her.
Yeah, he knows.
There's a nice defense there again by Sydney. Here's Walton's long 3, and
wow.
No, only a 2 there. It was only a 2.
I didn't even think it was. Walton just kind of turned around and put that ball up. I thought there was no way she was going to get that.
So we're right back to a Marblehead lead, 28-27. Here's Sydney, another long 3. Back rims it, no good. Rebound by Tia. Tia just throws it up. She's going to be fouled.
Wow.
Nice job there by Tia Bernard. Looked like she was a little bit out of control there, but you know something? Again, they get the ball down low, give a quick head fake, go up at her. 9 out of 10 times you get the foul called.
Yeah.
So Tia Bernard trying to tie the game up and then put the Panthers ahead. And first one is good, and that ties the game at 28. And a second shot is good, and the Panthers are back in the lead. 29-28, 7 minutes remaining here in the ball game.
Tia coming up huge down the stretch here.
That's exactly what we talked about at halftime. You know, someone needs to step up, and I wanted number 22 in the senior tri-captain, Tia Bernard. And so far, so good. Nice steal there by Sydney again. Knocked over, and Hemsey grabs the basketball.
We talked about that even on senior night when she was out there doing a presentation, that they really needed her tonight in order to win this game.
Here's McCarthy. Front rims it, no good.
Because, I mean, you knew, Mike, coming into this game that they were going to do everything they could to take Hailey out of things.
And they have so far, where she's only got 4 points. That 1-3, and that was it. And she really hasn't had many shots here.
No.
And this is Chloe inside, no good. Oh, she just reaches up and over Hemsey. Back up and in for 2. Not much you can do there, except that you got to put a body on her and get her out of there.
Yeah.
Here's Sydney, long 3.
Not
back
that time.
rims it. And Marblehead basketball. 6 minutes remaining, Marblehead by 1.
Oh, wow, she has Eskren open.
Here's Chloe off the backboard, no good. And nice rebound there by Hemsey. And here comes, Hailey, take it, take it. You got to take the ball strong now. Immediately, she's double teamed. This is Sydney. Sydney, a long 3, no good. And Marblehead basketball, Coach Moran tells them to slow it down. You got 5:30 remaining here. Nice steal there by Sid. Oh, almost again. And here's Erksine's long 3, and bang! And Coach Moran immediately calls a timeout. So a big 3-pointer there by Erksine, and that pushes the lead back up to 4. So, you know, it's been back and forth. You know, Panthers, pulled ahead by 1, their biggest lead of the game. But Marblehead responds immediately.
Yeah, they responded immediately. Yeah, with Chloe's thing, and then Beverly coming down, back-to-back misses on 3s. And as you said, Erskine with that big 3 to give the Magicians a little bit more breathing room now at 33-29.
Yeah, it's only Erskine's only 5th point of the game. She also had the long 2-pointer early in the first quarter. But, I mean, it looks like they keep trying to pound it down to Chloe and Walton. And Walton's been pretty much ineffective the last couple of quarters.
Yeah, Walton has been really a non-factor since Sydney took over the defensive duties on her.
Right, and Chloe is just a monster down low. It's tough to, get a rebound from her, but they're just going to have to keep trying to box her out, get her out of there, and, and hopefully, she goes over the back and you can commit that, over the back foul. So we got 33-29, Marblehead. 5:24 remaining here in the game. Even though the producer has 5:44 in the game.
Yeah. It's also 33-29.
And the score is 33-29 Marblehead. So here comes McCarthy. Inside to Hemsey. Hemsey shot blocked by Chloe. And Here comes Marblehead again.
Back-to-back, 3 straight unsuccessful offensive possessions for the Panthers. They really need to stop now.
And they're going right down to Erskine. Oh, they try to get it down to Walton. Walton this time up and in for 2.
Well, that's Walton's second bucket now here in this quarter. So at least she's alive again.
Yeah, that pushes the lead back out to 6, 35-29.
The Panthers really need a bucket now.
Here's Hailey. Hailey looking. Gets it over Sydney. Sydney drives baseline up, blocked by Walton. And it's going to be Marblehead basketball. 4:30 remaining here. 6-point lead for Marblehead. And it looked like an offensive foul there by T. Yeah, that was a nice, close, but offensive foul there by Erskine. Nice job there by Tia Bernard.
If Tom was here, he'd say that was a Tommy point.
It looks like Coach Stanchel wants Hailey to bring the basketball up now. And they're going to cover her full court right away, so they're going to have to get the ball into Kylie. Here comes Hailey, gets it over half court.
Hailey on her.
Here's sets a screen. Hailey takes the ball to the hole. Shot up, no good. Can't get her own rebound, and here comes Marblehead.
Flying. Oh my goodness, I can't believe they got that ball back.
Here's Chloe again, turnaround jump, no good. A rebound by Beverly, but it's out of bounds, and it's going to be Marblehead basketball. Here's Walton. Trying to drive by Sydney. Nice defense there by Sydney. Trying to pound it down. Nice defense. They got Bernard on Chloe now. This is going to be a tough matchup for Tia. Here's Erskine. Erskine stops, pops, no good. And they get it to Chloe, and Chloe's shot, and they're going to be fouled by Sydney, but that's okay. That's a good foul.
Yep.
Send her to the free throw line, make her earn it.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that one. I'm telling you, man, all these second chance opportunities Marblehead gets.
You know, and
he's a killer.
And one thing I may do now, I mean, you got 3:50 remaining. We'll see how she does on these free throws. But if she, misses these couple free throws, I would maybe put in, Nyla in for a couple minutes to bang her down low, and push her around, just so Tia doesn't pick up her 5th foul. But just as we say that, Chloe hits the free throw. And that pushes the lead out to 7 now. She misses a second. Rebound by Sydney Anderson bringing the ball up.
And Beverly's gone ice cold again the last, 5 possessions.
Here's McCarthy looking for the open shot. Sydney an open 3, long. Bang!
Got it.
Sydney Anderson for 3.
These timely threes from the Panthers are really been their lifeblood keeping them in this game.
That cuts the lead back down to 4.
Consistently, it's been Sydney and Tia on these threes too.
Here's close shot up. She gets her own rebound. Nice block there by Tia. Tia got her from the backside there and blocked her shot. They're trying to pound it into Chloe, and they do get it inside to her.
Oh, she gives it up.
Erskine at the top of the key, looking down low.
To Chloe again.
Through Chloe's hands and out of bounds.
Nice.
And, right now they do have Tia Bernard on her. I mean, she's their best defensive player down low, but
she is.
Something. I mean,
I know you're playing with fire, and you still have 3 minutes to go. It seems like it's only a matter of time before Tia's going to pick up that 5th foul. But he doesn't feel comfortable with anybody else, and I do understand it.
Yeah, Tia gave up to her open 3 again. Now she stops, pops, no good, and it's going to be out of bounds. And it looked like she had the open 3, and again, she gave it up and then, looked for a pass, didn't have anybody, and then took a shot. So, again, Tia's just going to, fire away. She gets an open look, take that shot.
Yeah, she really has to. But they could switch it up maybe and put Sophia back on Chloe. Actually, I think that's what they've done.
Yeah, and Sophia shouldn't follow her out there. Let her stay out at the 3-point line. That's not going to hurt you.
No.
And Coach Moran's decided he's going to work the shot clock all the way down. This is Erskine with Tia on her. Erskine's shot is going to be well short. Going to be a rebound by Sydney. Sydney's flying up the court. Just nice defense back by Hailey. Here's Sydney. Nice drive to the baseline. She stops, pops. Bang! Sydney Anderson for 2 more. Cuts the lead to 2, 36-34.
She's at like 15 points for the game right now.
Nice defense there by
No, Tia,
Tia.
be careful, Tia.
Yeah, that was close there. Inside the Walton. Walton shot up and in for 2.
Huge response, you know.
1:45 remaining here, 38-34.
Whenever Marblehead has needed that response, they've seemed to get it.
Here's Hailey at the top of the key.
2 people in a shirt.
Kicks it out to McCarthy. And we're going to have a timeout. Beverly, you got 13 seconds on the shot clock, 1:29 remaining here in the game, and it's a 4-point lead. You know, so Marblehead has decided to put their scoring shoes on here in the fourth quarter. You know, they've already got 12 points here in the fourth quarter, where they only had 8 in the second and third quarter combined. You know, so, you know, Coach Stanchel, we'll see what he can draw up now. He's probably going to, you know, talk to the shooters from the outside. You know, you're going to have either Tia or Sydney hit those threes like they've been hitting them. And if Hailey, you know, has the open 3, and like you said, I can't remember the last time in this game she's had an open shot.
No, not at all. When you do hear, usually try and draw something up to get Hailey open, but I don't. That might be a lost cause at this point, because I think you're just going to have to live with the fact that they are making sure that Hailey's not going to get the ball.
Right, and then basically, you know, hey, if they beat us, they beat us, but they won't let number 3 beat us.
No.
You know, tonight. So, I mean, it's still in striking distance. It's only a 4-point lead here for Marblehead.
It's absolutely within striking distance, yeah, with all the turnovers Marblehead's offense has had as well to keep Beverly in this game. But, you know, Beverly's gotten that timely 3 whenever they needed to keep them alive, but Marblehead has had the answers whenever they need them as well.
Yeah. So it's Beverly basketball, 1:29 remaining here in the game, 13 seconds on the shot clock. And it looks like Sydney Anderson's going to take the ball out of bounds. We'll see what Coach Stanchel has drawn up here for this inbounds play. And McCarthy starts at the top. They double a triple team Hailey immediately as she gets the ball. We're down to 5 seconds. Over to Sydney. Sydney's long 3. Bang! Sydney Anderson. 3 more for Sid. Cuts the lead.
I tell you, Sydney has been the difference tonight.
And that's going to be off the bounds, out of bounds off Marblehead, it looked like, but it's going to be, it looks like off Tia Bernard, and it looks like
Tia's
she's
hurt.
injured here.
Yeah, she went flying
1:07 remaining here in the game. 1 minute and 7 seconds remaining in the game. And it looks like it's Marblehead basketball. Tia thought it went off of Marblehead, but it didn't.
No.
So 1:07 remaining here in the game. Marblehead ahead 38-37. Here's an inbounds play to Walton. Walton drives to the hoop. Little baby hook, no good. It's going to be out of bounds. Going to be Beverly basketball with 1:02 remaining here in the game. You know, and I just like last time, I would like, you know, Hailey get the basketball. They triple team her. They're going to leave someone open. If you can leave Tia or Sydney open, both are hot right now. We can see what happens, and that's exactly what they do. And this time it's
they fall
Hailey
over themselves.
Foul line jumper, Hailey Anderson.
Wow, the 2 girls were just so in a rush to get over the Hailey, they tripped over themselves.
The Panthers lead by 1. And no shot, and that's a good foul. Good foul on Sophie, not a problem there. Send it to the free throw line. Actually, it's only their 6th foul, so it's going to be out of bounds underneath.
Yeah, but that was funny. You talked about just how much of a rush to get to Hailey, and the 2 girls were in such a rush, they tripped over themselves.
Yeah.
They got in each other's way and just took each other's right out of the play.
So they're looking inside to Chloe. Chloe's just going to turn around off the glass, up and in.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something that I might want to just foul her, make her go to the free throw line.
Yeah,
so we're down to 30 seconds remaining here in the game. Marblehead by 1. Here's McCarthy over to Hemsey. McCarthy, Anderson, long 3 for Hailey. Back rims it, rebound by McCarthy. Tia Bernard, long 3, and it's going to be a timeout before that by Seth Stanchel and the Beverly Panthers. So that was a good timeout, actually, because Tia Bernard's shot went long there. So we got a score of 40-39. We have officially, I believe it's about 19 seconds left.
Yep.
But I can double check once this timeout's over.
It is.
And, you know, a big fourth quarter by number 5, Sydney Anderson. She stepped up with 8 points here in the fourth quarter. And, you know, for Marblehead, Chloe has become a monster here in the fourth quarter. But I mean, if I'm Coach Stanchel now, I mean, if she gets the ball, I'd foul her, you know, and make her go to the free throw line. She's 1 for 4 from the line. You know, I mean, hey, it's better than making an easy layup, because every time she gets the ball inside, she uses that glass nicely, and it's pretty much an easy layup.
Yeah, I mean, she's got, 5 inches on everybody else who's guarding her. It's really hard to take it away, so just foul her. But right now, Beverly does need to get the bucket.
So I'm not sure how many fouls Marblehead has to waste. It looks like they still got 3 fouls to waste.
Yeah, they got a lot.
They've only been called for 3 personal fouls here. We got 19 seconds officially remaining here in the game. 40-39, Marblehead.
Sydney's been the hot hand for much of this game. We'll see who they look for here.
So Sydney taking the ball out of bounds. Into McCarthy. Over to Bernard. Bernard, long 3. Oh, around the rim and out, but a rebound by Beverly. Back out to Bernard. Here's McCarthy's 3. Out, no good, and it's going to be rebound.
Foul.
And it's going to be Tia Bernard's 5th foul. And Tia is going to foul out of the game.
Yeah.
So a very valiant effort here, because now the Panthers still got a couple fouls to waste. So what's going to happen now is, every time they get the ball, they got to foul immediately.
Yep.
But,
it's only 4.6 seconds left,
It's going to, by the time they commit their 7th foul, it's probably going to be around 2 seconds remaining, if not 1.
Unless they can somehow come up with a steal.
So senior captain Tia Bernard exits the game with 8 points tonight. A couple of 10 points, actually. A couple of big threes here in the second half.
Yeah, huge 3 in the 3rd quarter when things were getting out of hand.
Well, actually, it was one-on-one. I'm surprised.
Oh, okay,
I didn't know it was one-on-one. Wow. So the scoreboard has it incorrectly. Her shot's up and good. So even if she hits it, the Panthers will call a timeout, I'm sure, quickly, and Coach Stanchel will have to set up a inbounds play immediately. Here's the second shot up and good. So 2 key free throws by Lowy. That extends the lead back out to 3, but you got 4.6 seconds left. And the Panthers have a couple girls that can hit that 3.
Yeah.
So curious to see what
the
Coach
2
Stanchel,
Andersons.
Draws up here. This will be interesting. Into the game, they're going to send Vianna Kochian in. She's going to replace Oliveri. So, a game that started off that wasn't the most exciting game has turned into a most exciting game here in the 4th quarter.
Well, actually, it started off kind of exciting. It's the 2nd and 3rd quarter that things really just stagnated.
Yeah, it was just like, wow, no one was scoring or anything like that. So now you got Marblehead with the 3-point lead, and, if Beverly has a nice opportunity here to hopefully tie this game up and send it into overtime.
Yeah. 2nd straight game for the Panthers that's going right down to the wire.
Yeah, coming off that tough 1-point loss over in Peabody, and now all of a sudden you got a 3-point deficit right now. So we're probably either going to be looking at a 3-point loss or overtime. Hopefully it's the latter, and we have the overtime. So here we go. This will be the final play of the basketball game, and it looks like they're going to put 3 Beverly girls at half court, and Hemsey, Anderson, and Anderson. Vianna's going to take the ball out of bounds. She can run the baseline here. So they get the ball into McCarthy. McCarthy comes flying up in the court. And she throws the ball out of bounds, and that's going to do it. Only 0.2 seconds remaining on the shot clock. And it looks like Coach Moran is going to call a timeout. And it doesn't matter. I mean, as soon as they get the ball in bounds, the game's over. I mean, you can't officially score a hoop with less than 0.3 seconds left. And that's just a tip-in. So, I mean, this game is going to be officially over, unfortunately, and the Panthers are going to come away with a tough 42-39 loss.
It'll be back-to-back real tough losses for the Panthers.
And that will make Marblehead the NEC North champions this year. A nice job there by Coach Moran. And like you said earlier, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with next year, too. They only had 1 senior on their team that started. And, and they still got the Clo back, and they got Walton back, Lowy back. So, I mean, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with next year. So it looks like Erksine's just going to take the ball out, and all I can tell you, she's going to throw it down in the front court. That's all she's going to do right now, and the game will end. So here we go. She throws the ball into the hole. It's going to be out of bounds. And that is a huge mistake. But again, you can't score. You can't score with under 0.3 seconds left. So even if they do here, you can't do it.
Yeah.
So if for some reason they get off a shot here and it goes in, I don't think so, but we'll see what the referees decide here. So Sydney's going to pass the ball inbounds. Sydney looking inbounds, and she just throws the ball off the backboard. Not sure if she thought that would count as a three-pointer, but
I don't know.
Unfortunately,
it doesn't.
It's off the backboard, and unfortunately, the Panthers are going to come away with an unfortunate 42-39 loss.
Yeah.
You know, but a very tough game there for the Panthers. I mean, they played their hearts out right up until the final buzzer.
They did.
You know, it was a great night. You know, with Hailey getting her 1,000-point on Friday night being honored, and then senior night honoring the 3 captains. So they come away with a loss of 42-39. Tonight they were led by number 5, Sydney Anderson. Like you said, someone has to step up, and Sydney stepped up big tonight with 18 points.
Yeah, it was kind of sounds like her not being there might have been a little bit of the difference last game, and today made a huge difference. Still wasn't enough though, as they couldn't quite come across with the W. But a huge night for Sydney. What'd she end up with?
She had 18 points.
18
also
points.
In double figures was Tia Bernard with 10, and then rounding out the scoring, Hailey Anderson, who had a tough night. And again, tough night shooting, but she, was guarded, doubled and triple teamed the whole game. She finished with 6.
I mean, you called it right away. You said the Marblehead coach, he's been around. They've been around. They know what they're doing, and they didn't mess around with that tonight. They made sure that they were on Hailey from pretty much the tip off of this game.
Right, absolutely. And rounding out the scoring is McCarthy with 3 and Sophia with 2. So the final score here is 42-39. We're going to take a quick break, and then we were going to have Hailey Anderson up here for a quick interview and talk about her 1,000-point. She's going to be a little upset after this tough loss.
Yeah.
But hopefully we can put a smile on her face. So we'll be right back right after this.
You are watching BevCam. Here, anyone can come to the studio to make their own local TV show. Contact us with your idea. We'll help you get started with producing your own show, editing it, and then we'll broadcast it to all of Beverly for your friends and family to see. You might even get some new fans. We also film local events like sports, music, city council meetings, and more. If you miss out on anything in town, you can catch up on it here. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Contact us at 978-927-5544 or email us at admin@bevcam.org.
Got a quarter?
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving, the ultimate party foul.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, that can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Listen.
All it took was someone who would insist that I just try.
Suddenly, everything was turned around because they judge you.
You tell them, I don't need this.
No one is going to understand.
Unless they've been through it, how can they?
Then one day you realize,
You feel so hopeless.
I need help. I need help.
You feel so hopeless.
Then one day you realize,
Unless they've been through it, how can they understand?
I don't need this.
No one's going to judge you.
suddenly everything was turned around because they insist that I just try.
All it took was someone who would just...
Listen.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. After a tough loss here, 42-39 for the Beverly Panthers, we do have Hailey Anderson here, who scored her 1,000th point on Friday night. But Hailey, first tough loss tonight. You know, you guys came back, you fought hard. Your sister played unbelievable tonight. You know, she led the team with 18 points, but obviously it was tough for you.
Yeah, it was really tough trying to get open and stuff because they knew they're a really good team. They're like 16-3. They're a really good team, so they knew that I was going to come in, and they knew I scored the 1,000 points, and it was going to be tough for me to get open. So that was pretty frustrating. But I'm proud of how the rest of the team came through and was able to score, especially for Sydney, you know, to get other opportunities so that we can be in a competitive game like this.
No, absolutely. And I was telling Dom before the game, I've known Coach Moran for about 20 years, and I knew he knows basketball. So if I saw him before the game, and he kind of gave me a little wink, and he knows you're my niece and stuff like that. And he came out and he had the perfect game plan. And unfortunately, you know, you still scored the 6 points, you know, but you know, for the most part, he did shut down number 3. You know,
yeah.
But anyways, let's get back to the good stuff. Your 1,000th point on Friday night, also a career high 36 points on Friday night. Has it sunk in yet that you have 1,000 points? You're only the second girl in Beverly High history.
Yeah, it didn't sink in until, honestly, after the game. I was really distraught about the Peabody game to begin with. And then, you know, tonight happened, and it was just like, wow, that actually just happened. And I've been, like, looking up at the banner and knowing that my name's going to be the next one on there. So it's sunk in a little bit, but it's pretty crazy. Yeah,
and I was telling Dom earlier, the last name on there is Marty Harrington. He used to coach here at Beverly High School. He's a good friend of mine. He was in my office today, and he still remembers the night he scored his 1,000th point. It was against New Bedford. He scored 28 points, and it's something I guarantee you'll remember 30 years from now. You know, it's something great. But Dom would like to ask you a quick question, too.
I've been watching now for a couple of years now, so I've seen your game kind of evolve a bit. And the way that things have to change, you know, when Alyssa left, and you became the main focal point of this offense, and it seemed about the second half of last year, teams started to really know that, and they used to give you extra attention, they throw extra bodies at you. How has that adjustment been for you to handle how you got to change your game for all these teams just focusing on it?
So I know that I need to work a lot harder to get the ball, and I knew that this was going to happen. Alyssa was a monster down below, so she was getting rebounds, swinging them out to everyone. You know, she was like a facilitator on offense for us. I knew, me and Stanchel knew, the whole team knew that I was going to have to get open on offense a lot. It was going to be really difficult, especially like, for example, tonight. So I just know that I need to work a lot harder to get the ball, and then when I do get the ball and I want to make something happen, then I need to be more versatile.
You've done a beautiful job. And like I said, it really happened in the second half of last year. The team started to throw those extra bodies at you, and you figured it out, and it's been fun to watch. And especially, you know, not this game, but the home game before that, you really went off. Like I said, it's been great to watch. Can you remember a moment, though, a specific game maybe last year where you started to realize this was happening, and maybe it was even the frustrating period that you saw this happen?
Yeah, so last year, I believe it was last year, we played Masco in a tournament. They're a really good team. They held me to 0 points. It was super frustrating. You know, they had girls all over me last year, every game. But definitely during Masco last year, I was like, it was towards the end of the season, so it was more, yeah. So it was. I knew it was happening throughout the season, but it was like
that was the one that stands out.
Yeah, it stood out a lot because it's unusual.
Anytime you score no points,
yeah.
it definitely stands out.
Because that's really the one that sticks out in my mind.
Yeah.
Too, I remember covering this kind of stuff.
No, absolutely. You know, and you know, going forward, Hailey, you know, I know how much basketball you play in AAU here. You basically, even during field hockey, you're going to basketball practices. How do you keep up with all this basketball practices and your 4.6 GPA that you told me about last night?
4.4. But
4.4. I'm sorry, it's close.
No, it's okay. So it's difficult, but I just take a lot of my free time. I really do nothing else besides for school and basketball and sports and stuff like that. So whenever I have free time, whether it's staying up till 1 a.m. doing homework, you know, waking up to do homework, doing it in between classes, whatever, I just have to figure it out and make my life school and basketball, basically.
I hear you, because once you get in college, if you don't do well in school, you can't play sports.
Yep.
Now, another quick question. The last couple of years, you've been able to play with your sister, you know, and I know this ain't her favorite sport, but like Dawn was saying, tonight, she's been a monster the last 4 or 5 games. You know, and, you know, we're not here to talk about Sydney, but how do you like playing with your sister the last couple of years?
It's super easy. It's almost like we read each other's minds sometimes, because like when we're on the same teams, even at practice, we're like, we know where each other are. We're zipping it, we're passing it. You know, like I trust her with the ball. I know she's going to drive it. She wants, no matter if it's her favorite sport or not, like I know she wants it. So I know that no matter what, like she's all over the floor. She's all over every girl. She wants to win. So it's great to like be able to trust her on the floor and know that, you know, we can go home and talk about it. And yeah.
Oh yeah, no, she definitely wants to win. You could tell she was pretty upset at that end of the game tonight.
Do you ever get competitive with each other sometimes on the floor?
Well, I can tell you one thing. Sydney had 18 tonight. She had 6. She's going to hear about it. There's no doubt. There's no doubt she will hear about that tonight.
Yeah.
And I'll get the phone call too, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, we like back and forth on the court, like just sisterly, like we can be more constructive with each other and know that it's out of love than we can with other teammates, I guess. So we definitely like get on each other's cases more on the court because we know that we can talk back and forth to each other and we'll be fine.
So the last question we have for you, and we talked about this, you know, I've talked to you many times about college next year, and you haven't made an official choice or anything like that. So what are your college plans, and do you plan on playing basketball?
I do hope to play basketball at probably a D3 school. I want to major in biology and then go pre-med track to be, as of right now, a pediatrician, but some kind of doctor. So.
No, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. And, you know, hopefully you do play around here somewhere, you know, so we can come and watch. And then also, you know, Sydney playing next year, you'll be able to watch it on live on BevCam, you know, on a nightly basis when we're on, you know. Sure. So, I mean, all we can say is congratulations, all of us. You know, I've watched you since you've been, what, 5 or 6 years old in the YMCA. Dom keeps saying, wow, she's improved so much. And scoring that 1,000 point, I tell you, you know, you made everybody proud, especially Beverly High School, especially your family. And it's something that I would never forget, you know, and I hope you never forget it. And it's well-deserved.
Thank you.
All right, so that is Hailey Anderson, the tri-captain for the Beverly High School team, scored her 1,000 point on Friday night in Peabody with 36 points. And one thing I didn't remind you of is the career lead is 1,041 points by Laura Sullivan. In my opinion, she'll shatter that record probably in the next couple of weeks. And she will be the all-time leading girls scorer here at Beverly High School. So again, my name is Mike Anderson, alongside Dom Lorenzano. This was Hailey Anderson. We'll see you next time. Have a good night.